I don't actually study. I came here to work. The Irish Bar advertised in Ireland for bar staff, and I have replied, and I got the job. So here I am.
Did you study in Ireland as
I-
a job?
I studied travel and tourism when I was 18, 19.
What's your daily routine?
My daily routine is different every day. Some days I can work during the day, some days at night, sometimes I'm off. It's different every week. So I don't have a routine.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Well, you're walking through a city street, you could be in Peru, and you hear a distant calling, and you know it's meant for you. Then you drop what you were doing.
Okay,
Hey.
so I will be asking you some
Go on.
questions about Ireland.
Go on.
Did you came from the Republican of Ireland or Northern Ireland?
No, I was born in Belfast. I'm from Northern Ireland. So,
Okay. And how was it growing up there?
Belfast was educational. And it was the times of the troubles and stuff. I mean, it didn't affect everyday life like everyone says. So, Belfast was a good place to grow up.
Okay, that's nice. And when you decided to make a switch to go to Holland for work, how did that work out? Like going with the flights, getting your
I've worked away before, so I mean, I've worked in lots of different countries. So I like to move around and.
how come did you just work in a pub every time?
Yeah, I work in bars.
Okay.
It's an Irishman working in Irish bars. Irish bars are everywhere. It's a good way of seeing the world.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And since you're traveling between a lot of countries, how is the culture differences there? Is it
Well,
affecting you?
Between Holland and Ireland,
Yeah, and other places you went?
I don't find a culture difference between Holland and Ireland, to be honest. I'm from Northern Ireland. We're very honest people. We say what we mean. I find the Dutch are like that, especially the Frisians. They say what they mean. They don't lie. So I mean, that's why I like Friesland, because they're honest people and they tell you how it is. We appreciate that.
Okay.
So
You grew up in Northern Ireland.
yeah,
In the time of the IRA.
yeah.
And how was that?
That didn't. Normal people got on with their lives. It was there, but we weren't going to stop. It's not going to stop. It didn't stop us from living our lives. Media made much more of it than what it actually was.
Kind of like now, but we have the crisis, the economics going
Yeah.
on. It doesn't really affect me, like with traveling and such.
No.
And going places. Do you feel anything about that?
No, I mean,
Hardly.
I think because we're so far north, Leeuwarden is pretty insular town. It's pretty much left to itself. There's no major conglomerate businesses here. So, I mean, the credit crisis, okay, it hits people in different ways, but not as bad here as it would do, say, in Amsterdam or Rotterdam.
Well, you're walking through a city street, you could be in Peru, and you hear a distant calling, and you know it's meant for you. Then you drop what you were doing, and you join the merry mob, and before you know just where you are, you're in an Irish pub. They've got one in Honolulu, they've got one in Moscow too. They got 4 of them in Sydney and a couple in Kathmandu. So whether you sing or pull a pint, you'll always have a job, 'cause wherever you go around the world, you'll find an Irish pub. Now that design is fairly simple, and it usually works the same. You'll have Razor Houghton scoring in the Ireland-England game, and you'll know you're in an Irish pub the minute you're in the door. For a couple of boys with borons will be Murder and Christy Moore. They've got one in
Can you tell something more about Paddy?
Paddy O'Ryan's is an Irish bar. It's privately owned. It's a Dutch lady owns the bar, but she likes to employ Irish, English, Scottish staff. We've had people work here from Australia, from Poland, from Germany. We've had some Dutch people. We have them from everywhere, and that's the whole concept about it. It's predominantly an English-speaking pub where people can come in. It's good evening, thank you, good night. But that's the way we work. So we like to speak English, and it's a talking point. People like to come here and speak English as well.
Yes, that's very nice. Since when the pub exists?
Well, we've been here in Tweemartstraat for 2.5 years now, but before that we were in a Governor's Klein for 10 years. So the pub has existed for nearly 13 years, 13 years in September. Paddy O'Ryan's has existed.
It's already a long time. How do this pub get its name, Paddy?
Paddy, it's just a generic Irish name. I mean, you go to a lot of Irish pubs, they're named after people. That's the way, and even in Ireland, they're named after the families who own the bars and stuff. So, I mean, Paddy is a typical, I mean, people think Irish people Paddy, and then O'Ryan is a typical Irish name. So it's just a combination of two Irish. There's no actual main man behind it or anything.
As there are many names, but it's a nice name. Really. What do you like it? The age here is 16. What do you think about that? Or to drink Guinness?
I think it's fine because I mean, Europe, everyone knows the Irish and the English are big drinkers, are binge drinkers. In Europe, it's brought out where you're brought to appreciate alcohol more. We're not allowed to drink until 18, and then when you're there, you're on the streets at 16 drinking anyway. So then you get it down. Over here, it's nice. People can come in, 16-year-olds, sit down, relax, have a pint of Guinness. You know, I think it's a good thing, especially for kids. They learn to appreciate alcohol.
Okay. Is this the only pub in Leeuwarden who have Guinness?
Yeah, this is the only Irish pub in Leeuwarden with Guinness. There's nowhere else. There's some places have it on the Surge, but we have the original Guinness on a tap. You can get it in tins or bottles in other places, but you can't get the proper draft Guinness anywhere else.
And are there many people who like Guinness? The taste?
There's the Guinness and the Kilkenny, the Irish red beer. People come here especially for our specialist import beers. We also have Old Speckled Hen, which is an English ale, Strongbow, which is an apple cider. So, I mean, we have a lot of different beers from around the world.
Yes, it's a bit. Okay, nice.
Where do you import your Guinness?
Our Guinness, it comes from Ireland, but it's brought by a Dutch supply company. I mean, everywhere gets supplied Guinness, and then they give it to the handlers who bring it to us, but it's all from Ireland.
And a couple in Kathmandu. So whether you sing or pull a pint, you'll always have a job. Cause wherever you go around the world, you'll find an Irish pub. Now that design is fairly simple, and it usually works the same. You'll have Razor Houghton scoring in the Ireland-England game, and you'll know you're in an Irish pub the minute you're in the door. For a couple of boys with borons will be Murther and Christy Moore. They've got one in Honolulu, they've got one in Moscow too. They got 4 of them in Sydney and a couple in Kathmandu. So whether you sing or pull a pint, you'll always have a job. Cause wherever you go around the world, you'll find an Irish pub. Now the owner is Norwegian and the manager comes from Cork.